So this is 3 wide receivers I'm going to drop this week, heading into week 9. And number one's T.Y. Hilton. I don't know why people still have this guy on their fantasy team. He was a prominent name in fantasy circles for years, but now Hilton, once again, a dud game, plus he got injured. He's still 65% owned, and by the end of the week, that percentage should drop to about 50, because T.Y. Hilton, he has not put up a good performance all season. His best performance is 13 points, and that's not going to get the job done. Phillip Rivers, he likes his other options better, and Trey Burton, Jack Doyle, Mo Alley-Cox, the 3 running backs there, Taylor, Hines, and Jordan Wilkins. So Rivers, he's just not targeting receivers, it seems like, this year. He's using the backs and the tight ends. So T.Y. Hilton, he's not going to get the ball much. He's more of a deep ball threat, which was great with Andrew Luck. But with Phillip Rivers, that's not the case. So, man, this is it for Hilton. Go out there and drop him. The next guy is Henry Ruggs, the electric rookie this year for the Las Vegas Raiders. But the electricity hasn't been there for him, and I think it's time to drop him as well. He's only owned now in 48% of leagues, and he's another guy. It's either deep ball or nothing for Henry Ruggs. And yesterday was a windy and bad condition game in Cleveland for the Raiders. But Ruggs, again, 4 targets, 2 catches, 8 yards, and 1 rush attempt for 1 yard. And Ruggs, he just hasn't done anything the whole season, except in week 5 where he caught 1 long ball for 75 yards, and on the day he had 2 catches for 118 and a touchdown. So this guy, he reminds me of a Devery Henderson, if you guys been playing fantasy for years like I have, where he was a deep ball or nothing, and that's the case with Henry Ruggs. I know he's got a good matchup going into week 9 versus the Chargers, who give up a lot of deep balls and touchdowns, but can I trust them? I can, and I got Ruggs rostered in a few leagues. So if you're not in a keeper league and you're in a standard 10 to 12 team league, it's time to cut ties with Henry Ruggs, because he's done nothing except had 1 blow-up game in week 5. And the third and final guy is a guy who was a hot ad on fantasy waiver wires last week, and I even said go out there and get him. He went up 50% ownage, and that's Rashard Higgins of the Cleveland Browns. The Browns, they're a weird team. I know the conditions were crummy, like I said, with the Ruggs thing yesterday in Cleveland, but still, even Jarvis Landry, he's a guy I feel like I got to drop soon, but I'm not, because he's the number 1 receiver there. But anyway, Higgins, 3 targets and 14 yards on 1 catch, and that's not going to get the job done. I know Beckham's out for the year. Higgins is the number 2 there now, but I just don't see it. This Brown offense is very inconsistent. They're going in by week 9 anyway, and then they're going to get Hooper and Chubb back, so there'll be more guys in the pecking order ahead of Higgins. So that's 3 wide receivers I'm looking to cut or drop heading into week 9 of fantasy football season.